I'm Sarah Richardson. I'm the Editor-in-Chief of Research Professional News. I've been a journalist for 17 years, the last 8 as a Chief Editor, and I oversee our news coverage of research policy and higher education from around the world. Research Professional News is a news service for anyone working in the academic research sector, from research officers to researchers to institutional managers. We offer daily exclusive news and analysis on research policy, funding, and higher education, as well as 2 digital magazines, Research Europe and Research Fortnight. I manage a team of around 30 specialist journalists. 20 of them are part of our central staff team, and we also have local correspondents based all around the world. A lot of our journalism is exclusive, off-diary news, so content that you can't get anywhere else, that we uncover ourselves. So we spend lots of time building relationships with contacts working at all levels of research policy in the territories that we cover, so that we understand what's going on behind the scenes with upcoming policy changes, and that means that we can alert our readers to these before they would otherwise get to hear about them. We also have a huge list of official sources that we scan on a daily basis, and that means that we can ensure we're covering the most important public policy announcements as well. And we use our contact database and specialist knowledge to analyse the impact and meaning of those announcements. So we really try and cut through the spin for our readers. The news that we report enables the sector to be as informed as possible about policy developments that could affect the important work that it does. So through our service, we really try to give readers a heads up about policy changes that might be coming down the line that could affect them, and also to give them a chance to gauge really easily how others in the sector are responding to changes in the policy environment and to the challenges that the sector faces. And some of the most important and impactful stories that we cover have a resonance beyond the sector too. For example, stories that hold decision makers to account on behalf of the research community or reveal news of wider public importance. So, for example, we've done lots of news reporting around how different institutions around the world have responded to COVID restrictions and to hopefully looking to coming out of the pandemic. And through doing that, we hope that other institutions can learn from approaches in different parts of the world. Our reporting has also directly sparked policy changes. Recently, we've had a change brought about in the UK to the way that student loans are repaid due to some coverage that we have been running for the past 2 years. And that's really satisfying when we see those changes happening for hopefully the good of the sector. The best feedback I hear is when readers say thank you for uncovering this and for bringing it to our attention, or thank you for shining a spotlight on this issue. Recently, some of our most important coverage has been to expose cuts to research projects funded through international aid by the British government, which has affected projects in the world's poorest countries involving a huge network of international partners. And we've had readers from across dozens of countries thanking us for exposing the devastating impact that these cuts are having on their work and for keeping them informed about the latest policy changes in this kind of area, because there's been a huge amount of confusion about how the cuts will be implemented and how long they'll carry on for. Combining Pivot RP and Research Professional News together means that we're bringing together a huge, easy-to-navigate funding database with news and insight about how those individual calls fit into the bigger picture for the research sector. So by bringing the 2 services together, we hope that those working in the research sector can keep on top of the future direction funders and policymakers are taking through keeping up to date with our news service, and then to use that information to better target individual opportunities when they dive into the detail of the Pivot RP database. We hope by giving access to all this information in one place that makes it easier for those working in the sector to be as fully informed as possible, and to free up time for them to really spend their working hours doing what they do best, which is obviously working on the research projects that are so valuable to society.